Slowly bring it back. Slowly bring it back. Slowly bring it back. How many people finish writing their goals? Finish completing writing their goals? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we got 5. Got a couple more people still working. For the people who completed your goal, so we build a collective goal. I would like to hear some of the verbs and some of the action and attainable things and measures that you guys are interested in achieving. So who would like to volunteer and share your goal? For what our goal is, because this goal will be we, won't be I. Your goal is I in the verb. Our goal will be we. So I'll be the recorder, and I'll just let you guys who would like to volunteer and share your goal. All right, Elizabeth, what you come up with?
The goal is at least 1 minute each.
Okay.
1 minute of engagement.
Okay, I heard engagement. I heard that. That's the key word.
Yeah.
All right, engagement. At least 1 minute engagement with what? Map workspaces. Got to be specific because your goal doesn't care if it's going to do what you tell it. So you need to tell your goal what you want it to do. So good, that's really good because I heard engagement. So let's hear from someone else.
My goal is skill, skills,
Okay.
kids, skill, new skill.
Helping them with new skills. Okay. Help build their social emotional skills. Okay, while they're doing the math workspace or while they're learning to do
One.
one-on-one, I like that. Good. What else? I think you had some. What you got, Kirsten?
Getting all the kids to try at least one of the games that maybe they're not comfortable with, or the game that they haven't tried yet.
Get all the kids to try at least one game. Like that's a great start. Try. I heard the word all. All right. So collectively, anybody else have anything they'd like to share for the group?
Recognize. Not goals, like recognize capes. Different capes and numbers.
So your goal is to get the students to recognize different shapes and numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone able to- Yeah.
And then what type of time you putting it on, like this month? This month, right? All right, so collectively, if we were forming a goal for ourselves, it seems like we would like to see engagement, we would like to see social emotional growth, we would like to help students identify numbers and shapes by the end of this month. So we help students engage in math workspaces at least 1 to 2 times a week this month. Is that a safe goal that we all can have collectively? Help me build it.
Yes.
We help students engage in math workspaces at least once a week by the end of this month.
I think this month is for shift. We talk about it, I think,
Yeah.
so in general, so with all months, it's not just one day, 2 days, this is every day. 2 day, yes.
Right.
We have to focus, I know it depends. We can reach all kids, but we can't put.
Absolutely. So collectively, we share a goal of having students engaging in math workspaces at least 1 to 2 times a week by the end of this month. That's solid? Can we clap on that? Can we clap on that? All right, we affirm you. Hold on, that wasn't everybody. We affirm you. All right, we got it now. All right, so we got a goal now. We didn't have a goal, but it has to be written. In order for it to be a goal, it has to be written. You gotta put a time on it. All right, and we just did that today. All right, which shape will win? So if you're right here, I actually made this folder, which is okay. Which shape will win? All right, what I want you to do, so how many people have played this game? Which shape will win? How many people have played this? One person? One person. Two? You play? All right.
I did, I'm not fighting.
Modified play?
Yeah.
All right, it's a pretty cool game, and you'll see as we go through the accommodations, the how-to, and playing the game, see how this is going to reinforce a lot of things that we want our kids to learn. The major skills in the task overview. So which shape will win? They're gonna spin and trace the shape to spun, work from actually work from bottom to top. I made an error there. Analyze data, repeat and share. All right, major skills, compare sets to 5 and tell which has more. Identify and draw squares and circles, one-to-one correspondence to 5. Collect data, collect and analyze data. So, everyone pull out your, it's which shape will win. It's 2 sheets of paper in your folder. And on the back of is the table that can be for when you guys switch from teacher and student. So what I want you to do right now is take a look at the workplaces. It's a sheet that say which shape will win. It looks just like this, and it has the circles and squares on the back. All right, so take a minute. What I want you to do, you're going to read the instructions for the game, and you and your partner are going to play the game. One of you is going to be the teacher, one of you is going to be the student. And then you're going to switch. We're going to spend 3 minutes doing that, and then we're going to switch. All right? So when you guys, what I want you to do is take a look when you're reading the game, the person who's the student, you're going to tell the teacher what developmental level they're on. You're going to let them know if you're exploring, you're going to let them know if you're developing, building, or advanced. And the teacher, I want you to play the game with the student and take a look at the sheet, spend some time, spend a minute or 2 reading before you guys get into it. We're going to spend 3 minutes before we switch. All right, ready? Go. And you should have a spinner as well. You need to read the instructions to play. It's both. Okay, hang on. That was a good problem. Sorry. Go on. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry about that. I skipped the step. Let me give you a minute and a half right now. I want you to look over the rules to the game. And if you finish reading it and y'all ready to play before the minute half up, you can begin. You got 30 seconds. She will be the teacher and student first. Right, choose who will be the teacher, choose who will be the student, and you may begin.
Where?
Start at the bottom. Start from the bottom. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, the number that corresponds.
The circle is where I'm in a square. Okay, your turn.
All right.
How many hair straight?
Right. Let's switch, let's switch, let's switch. Let's switch roles, switch roles. We'll play for 2 minutes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Got a new, it should be 2 sheets of paper, so you should have a fresh sheet. You should have a fresh sheet. All right, ready? Go.
Yeah, that's what she did. Again.
All right. Good job, everybody. So I see raise your hand if you can hear me. I see a lot of people running into challenges you may face with the kids. I see a lot of people role playing, they're starting at the top when they know you're supposed to start at the bottom. This is all great. So when you have students, and also with the, understand that we want to actually get them away from, like if we have to start or do the hand over hand or whatever, we ultimately want them to be independent learners. We want them to be doing the work. With this, I have this a 30-second clip on. I'm gonna give you a question about accommodations, but I want you to look at this video. Look at this video. Tell me what you notice in this video about getting accommodation. So what did you notice in the video? You can, huh? Huh? So right here you see, what did you notice in the video? What was the student doing and what was the teacher doing?
They were exploring, it was sitting out in front of them so they could explore what was on the table.
Yes. And also, the teacher could have intervened sooner when she saw the kid didn't get it right, but it was off camera, but you heard her. She said, there you go. The student, but you also saw the student grab the trapezoid and put it where it was supposed to go. Did everyone catch that? So pull out, there's a laminated sheet in there. So you can use this however you want to use it. I recommend that you have it out with you so you can familiarize yourself with the different accommodations for the different games. Which shape will win? Tactile. Get out the 3D circle and square and partner with this game to support understanding the shape attributes for the tracing and drawing. You can also use novel or preferred writing tools for that student. So you may have a student that loves using magic markers or certain pencils or color. You can let them use that. A visual combination will be use a blank cover page to isolate the shape of row that you're focusing on. So if you're on row 1, to prevent them tracing square 5 or 3, you can cover up the other ones and just isolate row 1. Another thing that you can do is pre-trace each row in a different highlighter color and have the student trace over that, and also making an inline spinner. Workload adjustment, reduce the number of rows, shorten the game. To increase rigor, you can create a shape chart that doesn't have any of the tracing line, and the student can free draw the model and shapes. All right. Number 7, shapes number picture pairs. All right. The task overview, find shape number picture pairs is number 7. It says shape number picture pairs. It's in your folder. The partners work together to sort out 12 numeral and picture cards, placing them on a set of separate sheets of construction paper, then take a turn finding the matching pairs of shape. The major skill, recognize the numerals to 5, count with 1-to-1 correspondence, and also match sets in numerals to 5. All right, so now you're going to pull out the sheet for 7. You're going to spend a minute and a half right now. You're going to read the instructions to the game. Everyone, okay? It may be only one.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. If you can share, that'll be cool. You can share. All right. So if you finish reading the instruction and you want to begin, you can. Decide who's the teacher, who's the student. Some card sets, so I'm sorry, your card sets are in this, this Ziploc bag. Ziploc bag with the pattern blocks will have your shape number picture paper. These are some different modification or accommodations you can make. Just quick, just off of if they're entering in that area. Also, feel free to use the accommodation sheet. All right, after you selected who's going to be the teacher, who's going to be the student.
Okay. Let's see.
I started the timer.
One, two, three, four, five. Different. I'm gonna give you a new card. Tell me. Where to go. Well. This is your viewing close. Those are squares and those are squares. Shapes. A picture. What do you think this one is? A screen frame or picture?
Another minute and a half.
Okay. I am looking for a message. I see number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your quote, let's count, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch. Let's switch. Have y'all switched already?
No.
All right, let's switch. Let's switch. Let's switch. Keep flow. All right, ready, go.
Yeah, I know. They're right.
How can we check? It's really.
If you're missing cards, just use the shape numbers in the pictures that you have. For instance, you have 3, 4, 5. You look at the draft. So look at that.
Three, four, five, six,
All right. Let's stop. So one question that I would ask, for making an accommodation for a student that quits every time they miss it, or a student that has problems, making the matches. What type of accommodation? Would you, looking at the accommodation, chart that you have, or just when you think of, what type of accommodation could you make for that student? It's on that laminated sheet you guys have, you can reference that. Like that. Okay. So what could be an accommodation you could make for that student?
visual, you can use a black link cover page to isolate like a certain row. So they're really focused on that.
We're talking about shape number picture pairs, that's, that one. That one for which shape when, where you at? Okay, so for visual.
I think you could cover up, you could have less on there or cover it up, either way, to reduce the visual stimulus, yeah.
You could, did everyone hear that?
Bringing it down like this.
Right, some groups had left, maybe 1 or 2 groups had like half, you think y'all did, that's like half, it's not. Did y'all, what accommodation could you make? Thank you for sharing. Carry out 3 pieces, good, all of those are great.
Instead of matching, finding, so you have this card,
Find the 3 out of the 2.
Instead of matching, find. All these are great. You have the power to exercise this in your workspace. All right, last game, Hungry Caterpillars. Task overview. They work with partners, sharing spinner. You can put the cards back in there with your block. They work with partners, sharing spinner, and a better pattern block. Each person needs a game board. Take turns feeding the caterpillars leads until the caterpillar is bored. Major skills, supersize quantities to 4, count 1-to-1 correspondence and cardinality to 4, recognize numerals to 4, compose simple shapes to make larger shapes, identify names of shapes. So you may not have all the shapes to your caterpillar or the leaves. That because I was running out of the triangles, so you will have like a two trapezoids to make the hexagon or vice versa. So also on the back of your goal sheet, you will see I put some notes for you, like what is the definitions of the different shapes. Also, all right, so let's spend the next minute and let's read the instructions for Hungry Caterpillars. Let's read the instructions for Hungry Caterpillars. Hungry Caterpillars, workplace 8. Workplace 8. Workplace 8. All right, got a minute and a half, workplace 8. Hungry Caterpillar. I don't think you guys have a spinner. If you guys want to see everything, I have this one. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to learn another one, you don't want to think about if they're exploring, think about if they're developing, think about if they're building. Adapt the caterpillar board so only 3 hexagons are needed to complete. Developing, just practice putting the corresponding shapes on the caterpillar. Building, use concise counting language. Advance, increase shape fluency. Yep, so go ahead. You may pull the pattern blocks out and you may begin playing the game. I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Gotta finish playing.
She's one of them, she's up to, she's not waiting for her.
All right, let's bring it back. All right. Raise your hand if you can hear me. All right. Great job. So. Hungry Caterpillars accommodation, tactile, make additional board copies and add Velcro. I've seen you guys do this. Make copies of the caterpillars and color in the corresponding shape colors on the mat to give additional visual cue. Reduce the visual field and complete one caterpillar board at a time. Remove the splitter part and just practice putting the shapes on the caterpillar. That's a workload adjustment. Verbal, use concise counter language. You all? That was the last game. This is the last slide here. So last meeting, I gave every room, I gave everybody in here trackers. How many people use your math trackers? It's okay if you did.
I wasn't here, but.
Anybody that was here at our last meeting utilized the tracker? The student performance tracker? My question to you, the reason I'm asking this because we just collectively came up with a goal. How are we gonna know we reached our goal? How are you gonna track what students or who can participate? How are we gonna do this? How would you like to do it?
I have a tracker for my students.
You have a tracker for your students?
Yeah, that we do.
Well, having one and using it is two different things.
I don't use I use a different one from.
I got you. No, but the reason I said that, you can use that. You don't have to use the tracker that I give you. You don't have to use it. That's just a guide. But I want you to make your own report card. The students that are participating in the games that month, that's how you're gonna make your report card. We're gonna be able to look back at it and see who participated, when they participated. You can write the date, the tracker had all of those spaces in. If you don't want to use that tracker, we can come up with one of your own. It's okay. But we gotta form some type of accountability. We have this shared goal now. How are we gonna know that we reached our goal? We help students engage in math workspaces, what do we say, 1 to 2 times per week this month.
And it's the goal for this month or to the end of the year?
Well, we're gonna reconvene and adjust. That's a good question. So it's okay if you adjust your goals, because that goal that you saw me, that goal has been doctored on throughout. Just like our 90-day plan, let's stay a 90-day plan. You can regroup. So when we come back next month and they're doing it 1 to 2 times a week, we may wanna up that. If we got 100%, you get what I'm saying? So the goal for this month, if we need more time, then we'll do that. But I think that collectively, us agreeing on that, I feel like if there's anything that you have to say against our shared collective goal, now is a great time. If you have any objectives, anything that is a goal I'll agree to, but not attainable. But we gotta figure out a way to get there.
I have one thing to say, not necessarily against it, but we are part of the classroom team sitting here, and your facilitator's not here for this conversation. Is it possible to do math workspaces 1 to 2 times a week, every week? There are times you've got assessments going on and you can't pull kids over because your facilitator's doing something, or you might have some behaviors going on in your room and you're like, I can't monitor this right now. This was my priority for safety. So while we do have a goal, we're also very aware that you might not be able to, it's not an expectation. I want to make that clear that you don't need to walk out here and go like, hey, I got to get every kid through here 1 to 2 times a week. They said I got to do it. Like, this is a goal. Ideally, it'd be nice for every kid to have math opportunities. So how can we track how we're doing in relation to that goal, knowing there's going to be things?
Right. Thank you for clarifying the full name. And I want you to set the bar for yourself with your goal. That's for you. Thank you for putting the pattern blocks back in there. And the materials that are the Bridges materials, I would need, but you can keep the accommodation sheets, the instructions to the game. All the printables you can keep, just leave like the spinners, the pattern blocks, and the folder. Leave the sprinter prep. And if you're in room 1 or room 2, it doesn't make, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you have a copy for your room. And just leave the folder, the spinners, and that sort of thing. So with that being said, if you come to obstacles or hurdles, it's okay. What are your efforts? What are you aspiring? What are you aiming toward? What is your aim in this whole grand scheme of things? What is your part? What are you planning to contribute? If something prevents you from contributing, that's not on you. But having a goal, I feel like is important, and working towards that goal on a daily basis. So I think that I'm going to, so in the track, so Monday, so this meeting, we're going to adjourn. So it looked like definitely went over the time. I'm going to do a better job of that. And we're going to do a better job starting and end on time. But I'm going to let you guys get out of here. I'm going to ask you in the survey 2 important questions. Do you have the materials for the Mac Workspaces game? Mark it in the survey. The survey will be in the calendar. The survey will be in the calendar. Monday morning, the survey will be in the calendar. Answer the survey. Do you have the materials for the Math Workspaces? The second question, how do you plan to track student performance, accountability, protocol? How do you plan to track who participated in Math Workspaces? And I'll let you put in the respond to the survey with their response. Get with your classroom teachers and see if you guys adjust the times that you've given me, let me know. And I'll update my schedule. But I'm still gonna be dropping in, playing the games with you. Some of you that are very experienced with Bridges Math, I would love to see you guys shadowing other teachers shadowing you. You guys working together, thinking through strategies to reach certain students. Room one, you guys have special certain accommodations and things that need, so you guys meeting today with us. I appreciate that, but if you guys have other supports that you need, feel free. So, are there any questions? Anybody have anything you'd like to share? Hello, group.
My question is, what kids, how would you find the kids, for example, for myself, or if I will go to class, so kids. So at the same time, when we try to have kids, maybe other behaviors going on. So I don't know how, I know every single day, whatever I'm doing, we say marketing, we counting, you know, we try to play a game. You know, just we do it every single day. It's everyday thing. So that's you should, you know what I mean? So how many, yeah, everything is counting, everything is, you know, math. So
She's making a good point, but Bridges has a strategy of a trajectory of progression for certain skills. So when we did our math walkthrough, one thing that I ran into with an administrator from another school, we were doing that, but she was reflecting back to me, that's not what the lesson says, which is okay. It was going on, but it wasn't what the lesson said, but the students wasn't, I would say, ready for the lesson, but the teacher was doing some of the work, helping the students to get them there. So you guys doing counting every day, I want you to kind of direct it towards the games being, because as we progress, the game will get more rigorous.
yeah, okay, so, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, whatever we do in the same times, shapes and maps, yeah, shape and the numbers, yes, we do in the same times we teach. So if I just put your goal, my goal is every day is whatever I can, I help kids.
That's your goal. So you may go in a different room, and a different room may have a different track that you help the student. You may write something down when you get back on your goal sheet, but you may go to room 4 or room 3, and they may have their tracker, and you may be able to say, hey, Rashawn, blah, blah, this is the date, and you're able to document that. So we can keep a record that he did participate with you on that day. So yeah, if you're going around different rooms, that's okay. Just comply or conform to whatever that room is doing for workspace. Any other questions? All right, no other questions, man. You guys are free to go. You guys are good to go. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Hey, take your map. Hey, the documents, keep them in your map folder so it's not one more thing. If you need a map folder for your room,
No, leave the chairs there.
leave the yellow folders. Leave the yellow folder. If your room needs a map folder, I can bring one, but leave the yellow folders. So that way on our next meeting, I can use those folders. But you can take all of those. You can take the construction paper. You can take just leave like the spinner, the planter block, and that sort of thing. Hey, you need the accommodation sheet. You need to everybody grab this sheet. Make sure you take it to your room. Every room should have that laminated accommodation sheet. Yeah.
Really was like, there's five, what I took away, I was like, I'm not, anyway. I know, but thank you, I know. Thank you.
Oh. I like the kids. The kids. I said. Is it?
I guess, I can understand the rest of them, like Jordy and as.
Well, for those two, what we'll
Those two, I mean.